My daughter used to beg me, "Daddy, lift me up. I want to put the star on the tree." Now, she just sends a text. "We're doing our own thing this year." No call. No explanation. She didn't know I had a $17,000 Christmas trip planned. Aspen, firelit cabins, everything. She didn't know how long I'd waited, how hard I'd tried to keep us close. But after that message, I didn't yell. I didn't beg. I just did something that shocked everyone. There was a time when Christmas didn't even feel like Christmas until she was home. My daughter, Emma, she used to run through the front door, boots tracking snow, cheeks red, arms out like a little whirlwind. She'd yell, "I smell cookies. Are we making the peppermint ones or the snowballs first?" And we always made both. Every year. Even when her mom and I divorced, I never missed a single holiday. Not one. We had our own traditions. Baking at midnight, reading the Polar Express by the fire, falling asleep with cocoa mugs still warm in our hands. She made me believe Christmas still had magic, even after the world turned cold. Even after the divorce left me with an empty house and a quiet heart. When she left for college, I'd mail her advent calendars, send surprise packages, little things to keep her childhood close. She'd call and say, "Dad, I miss the fireplace. I miss you." And I'd say, "It'll always be here when you're ready to come back." When she got married last year, I told myself things might shift a little. New husband. New routines. But I didn't expect her to forget us. This year, I wanted to do something big. Not flashy, just meaningful. I'd been saving for months, canceled my summer trip, skipped fixing up the garage. I booked a surprise Christmas getaway in Aspen. A private chalet. Horse-drawn sleigh rides. Fireplace stocked. Tree ready to decorate. Flights for all three of us, Emma, her husband Jason, and me. I even had their favorite wine delivered to the cabin ahead of time. It was supposed to be perfect. I imagined the look on her face when I told her. I pictured her hugging me like she used to. Saying, "Dad, you remembered everything." But instead, a few days before the trip, I got a message. Just a message. No voice. No warmth. "Hey Dad, we're staying local this year. Just us." No explanation. No sorry. No mention of plans. Just us. And I knew, without needing to ask. I wasn't part of us anymore. Backhand index pointing right. What changed between us that she would suddenly freeze me out? I stared at that message. "Hey Dad, we're staying local this year. Just us." And for a long minute, I didn't even breathe. I waited, thinking maybe there was more. Maybe a second text would follow. Something like, "Let's do dinner after," or "We'll FaceTime on Christmas morning." Something that told me I still mattered. But nothing came. Just silence, and the slow crawl of realization that hit colder than any Colorado snowstorm. I picked up the phone, my thumb hovering over her name. I wasn't gonna yell. I just needed to understand. So I called. She didn't answer. I tried again. This time, she picked up, barely, voice tight, distracted. "Hey, Dad, what's up?" I asked, gently, "Did something happen? Is everything okay?" She sighed. "Yeah, everything's fine. We just want to do our own thing this year, that's all." I tried to keep my voice steady. "I understand, but I had something planned. I was hoping to surprise you." There was a pause. Then she said it. "I don't owe you anything, Dad." Those 6 words hit me harder than any slap. I didn't even know how to respond. "I never said you did," I whispered. And then, the dagger. "Stop guilt-tripping me. You're not the only one in my life. You're not the only one in my life." I sat down, slow, like someone just told me the roof was caving in, and I let that line echo in my chest. She used to beg to put the star on the tree. Now, I was an obligation. A background character in someone else's holiday. That night, I sat in the living room, staring at the printed itinerary I had made, just for fun. Color-coded. Little sticky notes on the corners, Emma's favorite wine. Jason likes eggs Benedict, ask chef to prepare for breakfast. I had thought of everything. And none of it mattered now. I cancelled the trip. No drama. No emails saying, "You ruined Christmas." No passive-aggressive comments. I just clicked cancel on every booking. Chalet, gone. Flights, refunded, partially. Gift baskets, rerouted to donation. $17,000 in memories that would never happen. I looked at the cancellation fee and smiled. Because for once, I wasn't chasing anyone. See, for years I've been chasing closeness. Trying to earn love with traditions, dinners, moments. Trying to hold on to the girl who used to laugh at snow angels and fall asleep on my shoulder. But love doesn't live in the past. And it sure doesn't grow where it isn't watered. And that's when I started thinking. Maybe it's time she feels the distance she created. Maybe the best way to love her is to stop reaching for someone who's already let go. Christmas came. I didn't decorate. Didn't hang the lights. Didn't even unwrap the little wooden star we always used. Instead, I sat in my quiet living room. A single log burning in the fireplace. No gifts. No music. Just peace. And then my phone buzzed. A photo. Emma, her husband, her in-laws. Sitting around a table, wine glasses raised. Caption, "Best Christmas ever, Red Heart." I stared at it for a full minute. Not because I was angry. But because I wasn't. I just felt free. Finally. That photo, it told me everything. She didn't even realize I was missing. I didn't cry. That surprised me. I always thought, if this day ever came, the day she really let go, I'd fall apart. But I didn't. I just felt still. Like a man who finally stopped knocking on a door no one was ever going to open. All those years of showing up. Of saying yes when I wanted to say, "I'm tired." Of keeping traditions alive like a man tending to a flame everyone else had walked away from. I realized something sitting there, fireplace crackling low, plate of untouched cookies beside me. I'd been auditioning for a role. In a story she'd already rewritten. And the saddest part? She didn't even realize I was gone. That night, I did something I hadn't done in years. I deleted the Christmas playlist from my phone. The one we built together when she was 11. Every carol. Every song she used to dance to in her pajamas. Gone. Not out of anger. Out of mercy. Because holding on. It was starting to feel like begging. And I'm too old, too worn down, to keep proving that I'm worth showing up for. I whispered into the dark. I canceled more than a trip, Emma. I canceled expectations. And in that silence, I finally heard myself again. Revenge doesn't always come wrapped in anger. Sometimes, it shows up in silence. After that night, I didn't pick up the phone. Didn't reach out. Didn't send a "hope you had a nice time" message. I just let it be. Let her world keep spinning, without me orbiting around it. But in the background, I made moves. First, I wrote a letter. Not dramatic. Not bitter. Just the truth. Emma. I had something planned for you. A Christmas surprise. A cabin in Aspen. Snow. Fireplaces. Everything you loved as a little girl, recreated for the woman you've become. But you never let me give it to you. And that's okay. Because I've realized. You don't owe me anything. But I don't owe you blind devotion either. So I canceled the trip. And for once, I didn't feel guilty about letting go. I sealed it, stamped it, left it by the front door. Just in case. Then I rebooked the trip. But not for her. For me. Same cabin. Same dates. Just one ticket. I packed light. Brought my old journal, a flask of whiskey, and 2 books I'd been meaning to read for years but never had the time. Turns out, time is something you find when you finally stop giving it away to people who don't value it. The cabin was beautiful. No screaming kids. No photo shoots for social media. Just the sound of wind against the windows and fire cracking like it was telling old secrets. I sat under the same tree she would have decorated. And I lit a single candle instead. Not out of sadness. But to honor the man I used to be, the one who waited, chased, begged. And to say goodbye to him. Day 2 at the cabin, I got a call. Didn't recognize the number. I answered. Mr. Blake? It's Jason. My daughter's husband. He sounded nervous. I just found out about the Aspen trip. She never told me. I stayed quiet. She said you were busy. That it'd be complicated, her mom was visiting, and she didn't want drama. There it was. The truth. Emma hadn't cancelled Christmas to make space for herself. She cancelled it to make space for her mother. The same woman who walked out on both of us years ago. And suddenly I was the one getting cut out to keep the peace. Jason cleared his throat. Is it too late to fix this? And I paused. Because I knew the answer. Jason, I said softly, I cancelled the trip. But what I really cancelled was the version of me who kept letting this happen. He didn't say anything for a second. And then he said, I understand. I believed him. But I knew Emma wouldn't. Not yet. Some lessons, they don't land until the silence is loud enough to echo. Before I left the cabin, I took a photo. Just me. A fire behind me. A mug of hot cider in my hand. And the caption? Best Christmas I've had in years. Peace looks good on me. I didn't post it. Didn't send it. Just saved it. Because sometimes, the most powerful revenge is healing without needing anyone to watch. She called me days later, crying. I listened, but I didn't rush. I told her, I'll always love you, Emma, but this Christmas, I finally learned to love myself more. And then I hung up, not in anger, but in peace.